Welcome back, everyone. Welcome into the postseason edition of the Friday Night Football Showdown. The regular season record's out the window. Doesn't matter anymore. Win and move on, or lose and go home. I'm Blake Brandon, joined as always by the man from the Athens of America, Mr. Matt DiGregorio. Matt, the playoff atmosphere is just a little bit different come mid-November.
The Athens of America. A number of coast teams tonight, Blake. It's state title hopes, right? Like, this is the time of year you want to be playing your best football. And tonight we could see a few gold balls get there, right? Like, teams, the only way to get that gold ball is to get where you're going and get a win tonight.
Yeah, got to win one to get to the next one. We'll start tonight with our only all-coast matchup in round one up in Pearl River County. Picayune and PRC, the Tide, no strangers to the playoffs, and the Blue Devils making their first postseason appearance in nearly a decade. Early on, Picayune driving, Tristan Cooper getting the handoff, finds just a sliver of space on the sideline. That's all he's going to need. Finds his way into the end zone. Tide go up 7-0. Nothing doing for the Blue Devils, so Picayune on the move again. This time it's Darrell Smith, and he just finds another gear on the left side. Cruising the coast was a month ago, but doesn't matter. Cruising the end zone all the same. They go up 14-0. PRC trying to convert now on 3rd and a mile in the shadow of their own goalpost, but Cooper going to say, give me that. Waltzes into the end zone, takes the Tide to take a 21-0 lead for the first quarter is even up. This one, all Picayune. They take it 48-7 on to round two.
Continuing on over across the coast, other side of the coast, Jackson County region champion Gautier take on Natchez in the Swamp. Pick this one up on the Bulldogs' opening possession. Caden Walton goes deep to Christian Harden. How about that catch? That's a touchdown. Extra point no good for the Bulldogs, up 6-0. Later in the frame, Natchez forced to punt. Aaron Snap goes over the punter's head, who smartly kicks it out of the back of the end zone. That's a safety, 2 points to the Gators, and they would make it worth it. Ensuing drive, they get the right ball right back. Mr. 5A football, Trey Irving, does what he does best. Scampers in, stays on his feet there. Look at that play. That's a touchdown. Extra point gives them the lead. Gators now ahead 9-6, but the Bulldogs would answer. Goal to go from inside the 5. Cameron Morgan takes it up the middle for a tutty. 2-point conversion, no good. Natchez leading 12-9, but not so fast, says Trey Irving. He works his way in for his second rushing score of the night. This one back and forth until the dying moments when Gautier takes it 36-30.
Great teams win close games like that. Just down the road at War Memorial Stadium, Pascagoula taking on Terry in round one. Spoiler alert, this one wasn't close. In the first, Amari Jackson getting the handoff for the Panthers. Cuts upfield, works his way through the contact, in for the first score of the game. Nothing doing for Bulldogs. Silas Corder now through the air. Finds Darius Carter. Why use two hands when one works just the same? Green grass, 6 points ahead of him. That gives Gula a 14-0 lead. Our cameraman getting hit on the sideline there with the celebration. Panthers getting it done on defense as well, though. Jared Loper, I said this before, user alert pick and a house call, gonna make it 21-0 Pascagoula, and it was so nice he'd do it twice again in the quarter with the same number. This one, all Gula. They down the Bulldogs 41-0.
Up in the Pine Mill, undefeated Hattiesburg hosting 4th-seeded Hancock. The Tigers captains making their way to midfield in ski masks, showing they mean business, and that was evident from the opening kickoff. The Hawks send it deep to Anthony Ponce, and that was a mistake. 6 Tigers cross midfield before any member of the Hawks gets there. That's what we call a house call in the biz. Extra point makes it 7-0 Hattiesburg. Following a Hawks punt, Mr. 6A football, Deuce Vance and the talented Tigers offense taking the field. That's Hayden Leverett. He hits a wide open hole, takes it down inside the red zone. Later in the drive, Vance would keep it himself to give Hattiesburg a 13-0 advantage. However, Hancock would respond. Kyson Canan hands it to Alex Vincent, charges forward to make it a 7-point game, but the Tigers would answer right back. Leverett gets the edge, races 35 yards to the crib. That extends the lead, and there wasn't much the Hawks could do in this one. The Tigers roll past Hancock 45-14.
Now over in the Big Wig, Stone taking on Florence in round one. Folks, defense, the name of the game in this one for both squads. Stone would find pay dirt early on in the first quarter. Aiden Green going to work his way through contact as the Eagles defense just find it to... All right, let's start. You know what? Let's start this one over. Defense wins ball games, folks. Not a lot of offense in this one. Aiden Green working his way through the Eagles defense, eventually finding the end zone there, and that would put the Tomcats up 7-0 in the first, and that would be all the offense we would see for quite a long time.
And that was okay because, Blake, as you said, the Stone defense coming to play in this one. They swarm Keegan Cooper right there, keep the Eagles off the board for the entirety of the first half. the defense would win the day for the Tomcats as they take it 17-14. The Tomcats off to the second round.
A lot of offense in the fourth quarter in that one, not so much in the first three quarters. That'll bring us back to Jackson County for a rematch over in Ocean Springs.
Yeah, the region champion Greyhounds taking on Northwest Rankin. Blake, I was at this game a while back. Not a lot of offense the first half of that time, the first time around either.
Yeah, and there's only one man who can bring us those highlights, a man who has never once missed the postseason and is always talking playoffs, Mr. Bill Snyder.
Thank you, gentlemen. Yeah, the playoffs, as you said, Blake, are pretty simple. You either survive or advance, or it's one and done, and you're no fun. Now, you remember, Northwest Rankin, they edged the Greyhounds 29-28 back in week 3. Now the rematch over at Greyhound Stadium. And time to release the Hounds. Home field advantage, we'll see. First quarter, a punt was down at the 1. Watch this. Gavin Phillipson in trouble. He just heaves it. Deshaun Dillon gets it. Somehow that's a first down. It was almost a safety. Northwest Rankin, they punt. And Ian Harlan gets a little creative here. Sets up the wall. Goes left. Finds some real estate. Setting up the Greyhounds at the 20. But they fumbled and shut down the drive. They turned it over twice in the first half. So no score after the first quarter. Second quarter now, some Greyhound D. Phillipson, he was mobile, but not here. Brian Osper, hungry. Let the big boy eat. He got the sack there. Now some offense. Sherrod Whitehead just hiding back there. Heaves it deep to Bryson Smith. They called him down at the 1. I thought he scored. But a few plays later, Will Smith taking over. Call him the Fresh Prince of Government Street. Although he got the ball over, it looked like he might have fumbled. They said no. He crossed the plane, 7-0 Ocean Springs. Northwest Rankin brings in sophomore quarterback Jet White on the play. He's going supersonic. Jet White to Maddox May, 40 yards, and we're tied at 7. Then the second Ocean Springs turnover coming up. Whitehead's pass tipped by Peyton Trigg. And Octavius Hunt, well, he's going Doc Ock with the pick. Daniel Sherman from Northwest Rankin converting a 24-yard field goal. 10-7 Cougars at the half. That was big. Hounds got a scoop and score to start the third quarter, and they go on to beat Northwest Rankin 24-17, the first win in the playoffs for Ocean Springs head coach Jake Bramlett, and they move on. Congrats to the Hounds.